All right, welcome back to the Fourth and Wrong podcast. I am one of your hosts, Colin, joined here by Dallas, Donnie, and Marshall. We took a week off. We needed to
Cry.
kind of come to terms with what we all witnessed happen in San Francisco last week. Sorry, Santa Clara last
Fuck
week.
them. They don't deserve the respect of
As we
clarification.
all know, playing in the Super Bowl this week is going to be the Kansas City Chiefs and the San Francisco 49ers. After the Lions had an epic collapse, third quarter strikes again, and the Lions got sent home crying. So, tough loss there. Anybody want to share any thoughts? I mean,
Yeah.
I'm kind of this. It kind of brings back the debate of like, is no matter what happens, is this season like a success, or are you now disappointed that we got this far and didn't make it, and now this season was a disappointment? I'm on the train of this season was a success. You got over that hump of the playoff win. Super Bowl can come next year, especially now that we know Ben Johnson is back, Aaron Glenn is back. Fix up the issues, that third quarter play calling especially, because good fucking god. But fix those issues, get back to this point next year, and get to the big one next year.
What I literally spent doing was the Monday after the Super Bowl. I figured we were going to record the podcast, and everyone wasn't really in the state of mind to record. I will every Monday morning. I work at 6 a.m. and I do the same shit every day. And to that day, I sat for the 4 hours of what I do. I'm supposed to, and I'm by myself. No one else is around. I seriously just thought and just was literally sitting there in awe, and I couldn't focus. And I literally just thought about what I wanted to say today
Bro's frozen.
last Monday. And it got to a point where I literally was like, I didn't get any work done today. And I was like, dang, I'm going to have to do all this on
That's how I
Wednesday.
felt.
But it was my quick, I could talk for an hour, but I'll make it short because everyone wants to get their word in. So my thought, now I'm still hurt. Like I wish we were in this game, but now, it is what it is. We put up a great playoff run, and my opinions on the game and then our season. I don't First off, I don't want to see anybody in the world. Now, yes, did he make mistakes like every coach does? I don't want to see anybody in the world blaming Dan Campbell for this. Like he made certain mistakes, but we got to understand this man has stuck to the same thing all year. And he went and he was like 16 from 20 from like fourth and shorter or something like that. And we also had it was the third worst kicker from 47 plus, which was one of the field goals that we could have kicked. So I don't want to say anything. Plus, it's like the one now. Am I even blaming Josh Reynolds? No, I'm blaming like everything. It wasn't there in the second
Well,
half.
that's the thing is
It
with those
really
fourth
just
down calls, the plays themselves were there. They just didn't get
yes.
executed.
And
And
I'm
so
not blaming.
if either of those had gotten converted, the Lions win the game and
Yeah,
we don't care. And
I'm
we're
not
talking about how
blaming
awesome Dan Campbell is for going for it on fourth down.
I'm not just blaming Josh. Like there are multiple things that could have happened. Gibbs fumble really hurt a lot. Those two drops by Josh Reynolds. There was a lot of things. For some reason, in the third quarter, we just never went to our best guy, which was Amon Ra. Just a lot of things that I just didn't think fell into place. But Dan is definitely and the fact that I saw some people saying, "Do we fire Dan? Are you crazy? Like this man should already have a statue built like for what he did this season." We went through
Those are
pain.
the same fans that were screaming SOL after the Lions lost in the NFC Championship
Yeah,
game. The
yeah,
NFC Championship game, and people were screaming SOL after
yeah.
that game.
Like, can we seriously back up and realize that the Lions literally were in an NFC Championship game and were 3 points away from winning, and we had a huge lead? Like, I don't think people realize what we were in. So I'm not blaming anybody besides just a lot of things came into play. Don't blame Dan. He is literally one of our saviors, along with Brad Holmes. Like that man is and people are like, this is the one I'm kind of end off on is two things. One, was it sad to see that happen? Yes, but was it a disappointing season? Absolutely not. Like I am very happy with what happened. We went 12-5. We were saying at the beginning of this podcast when we started it, we need to make the playoffs. Just make no 9-8 wild card, make the playoffs. That would have been
I mean,
wow. Okay,
I wanted that playoff win, but
hey, that would have been successful. But the fact that we went 12-5, division win, and two playoff wins, And people are like, okay,
You have
art. This is
flipped the
this is what I'll end
script
it
on the
off on
Detroit
real quick.
Lions.
Is people are like, but it's the Lions. Are you really thinking that you guys can get back there? I think any other Lions team, no. But Brad Holmes, I put so much trust in that man to say, I know what we need. I can draft the right players. I can sign the right players. We have the cap space. He will get us back there. I put all my faith in this man, Brad Holmes, to get us back to where we were. So, do I think we will can get back there? Yes. Do I think it is like everyone says, will we make the Super? Do we need to make the Super Bowl next year? No, I mean, like, yeah, if we don't, like, it sucks, but who knows what could happen? Every year is different, but I have faith in this man, Brad Holmes. Maybe not next year, but in these years' future, he will keep leading us to these types of games, and eventually one will come our way.
Donnie, Dallas, anything?
I
I'll
would
let
like to
Donnie
go.
go.
I would like to
Oh,
go.
Donnie wants to go last. Okay.
All right.
Looking at the season as a whole, I want to say we overachieved what the original goal was. And looking at the season as a whole from that standpoint, you just got to applaud Dan Campbell, Brad Holmes, the players, all of that. We overachieved. We weren't even supposed to be in this game. Now, going into the game, we were the underdogs. San Fran, it's a wild statistic. They've been the favorite in every single game this season they've played, including the Super Bowl. They are the favorite.
Real quick, Dallas, did you guys see the
Yeah.
tweet that 49ers made where they said all odds against us? And someone replied,
Yeah.
you guys have been favored in every single game you played, including the Super Bowl. How are all the odds stacked against you?
Yeah, that fake underdog
I did
mentality
see
before they
that.
played the Lions pissed me off.
Why?
The Lions were the underdogs. The Lions were the
It's
underdogs.
all because of Brock Purdy. That's the worst part. There's nobody in that team that's ever been doubted except for Brock. He's the only one that gets doubted. It's like,
I
what
don't
the
know.
fuck?
George Kittle
Like,
went to Iowa.
I'm sorry for
so
the interruption, Dallas, but like
He's
the
been the
fact
best
you said
player
the fact you said
fucking-
underdog, it made me think of
Yeah.
that tweet, and I was laughing for hours.
No, I definitely saw that tweet, and it's crazy. But going back into the game, the Lions go in as the underdog. We come off to a hot start, and I think this is the mindset where we have a 17-point lead. That's where the disappointment is, the fact that we blew a 17-point lead. And I know Marshall doesn't want to blame Dan. I kind of want to blame him a little bit. I'm not saying that Reynolds didn't catch those balls, the play calling was bad, all that. I need one field goal to kill their momentum. Once we had that 17-point lead, they had five consistent
that's valid.
drives. Five consistent drives where we did not score. They went five scoring drives unmatched.
I
At
think
least
that's
cut it
valid.
to three, cut it to four drives in a row. Stop the momentum just slightly. And then
There's
even I
validity to
understand,
stopping the bleeding. Like that is a legit thing, you know?
and I'm willing to die by the sword on both ends. If we go for it, we go for it. That's fine. What the play calling or the coaching that I thought really screwed us, like cost us the game, was running the ball on that. I think it was the second goal or third and goal.
Yes, that
and
is the
having to
one play
lose
call
that
down the
timeout.
stretch that I am the most
Losing
pissed
that
off with.
timeout cost us the game. Screw the fourth downs that we didn't get. That play call where we lost our timeout cost us the game because we could have kicked a field goal, made them have to get a first down. If we could stop them for a first down, we have a chance to either go down, score a touchdown to tie, or
And,
kick a
like,
field goal to tie.
I'd feel better about them like having to beat us and beating us than I would, having to have all this shit go right in order to win,
hmm
with the onside kick and everything.
And now,
I don't understand that play call to run it there at all.
and I'm 100% believing in the football gods are gonna pick who they want regardless. That Brandon Ayuk catch was insane.
That was
Oh,
the
how
moment
about
I was
that?
like, "Oh shit. Like this is real.
I
We're
forgot
about to
about that.
lose."
That
was
Brandon
insane.
Ayuk catch was insane.
I have never,
Kool-Aid,
and this is
please, man.
this is no fault to Vildor or whatever his name is, Vildor, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kendall Lindor.
Because that man, probably realistically, no disrespect, should not have been starting in the NFC Championship game. Like, yes, make that
Still a
play
hell of a
because
catch
you
by
you
IU. The
cannot
concentration's
let that
wild.
hit you in the face mask and not end up in your hands. But at the same time, like you said, sometimes the football gods just do wild shit, and if they pick who they want to win that game, wild shit's gonna happen.
Isn't it also
That was one of those
wild that
moments.
there was a flag for what looked like a defensive PI, but because he caught it, they picked it up? Like I was like, I feel like
Yeah.
if I feel like if you pick that, they're calling that. Like it's so weird. I don't know.
Well, and
but
usually they don't pick it up. They let you decline the penalty. They don't usually pick it up like that.
I don't know. That one was weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, but overall, it's a disappointing loss in the sense that we blew a 17-point lead.
And we
But
were that close to the Super Bowl. We were 30 minutes away from our first ever Super Bowl.
Colin's gonna make me start crying again.
I will say the only other thing I have to add, we overachieved this year, and the score at halftime, I'm blaming Colin, was the same score the last time we played the 49ers in the NFC Championship game when the Lions came back and won,
Oh,
whereas
when
this
they
time
won,
the
they
49ers
lost
came
in the
back.
NFC or they won the NFL championship game.
Yep. Yeah, it was the exact same halftime score, by the way, from that 50s game.
Just roles were reversed.
Just
That's
reversed.
insane. That's fucking nuts.
I know.
I didn't even realize that.
So I blame Colin for that.
No, that's fair. I'll take some blame for that. Dan Campbell and Colin cost us the game.
Ain't no
mainly,
way.
mainly Colin.
All right, Donnie, what's up?
All right, good way to end the stream, guys. Yeah.
Man,
Let me just mute him real quick.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought I was kind of over it. Like I was like, whatever. Like they
No,
lost.
I am.
When like Ben Johnson got announced, like I was messaging Marshall. I was super hyped. I was like, let's go. I'm all the way back. Whatever. That game was that game. Thinking about that game and listening to you guys now, I'm as emotionally crushed as I was as soon as that game ended. I feel like shit.
I'm kind of shocked I
It's
didn't
not
cry
even-
Sunday
it's
night,
not
quite
even-
honestly.
Bunch of
I
pussies.
was
I think it was the
so-
amount of tequila I had in my
I-
system at
that
that
one.
point. It was
Yeah,
blocking
this man
the
drunk
tears.
Colin was on one. I
Dude,
was so
I still
like
have the
literally
tequila bottles in my bedroom. I haven't moved it since Sunday.
I was literally laying in like bed, and literally my girlfriend looks at me and she's like, "I've never seen you this bummed out. Are you okay?" I was like, I don't know. I was like
No.
that didn't
Marshall's a
No.
better man than me. I would have been like, leave. Just don't even ask me. Don't talk to me.
I just let
You
dude.
weren't
It
even-
literally was me for like the next 2 days, and
I'm
then
not gonna say
finally,
it.
I just out of nowhere, I was like, "All right, I'm all right now." Like,
See, that's how I was, but now, man, I'm as equally as disappointed. It's not even like disappointed in the fact like, oh, you had a lead and blew it. Because when that shit happened, like when it started rolling, they scored that first touchdown, like on the effort to come back, and I was like, this is gonna fucking happen.
Here's the
Like, I
thing
don't
is
wanna
if
be
you
like-
really deserve to be there, you're gonna respond, you know? Or if you really deserve to move on in the playoffs, you're gonna be able to respond in that moment.
I don't know.
When it gets tough, you're gonna be the one to pick up those inches. You're gonna be the one that makes the fewest mistakes down the stretch. And the Lions just didn't make the championship plays. That was it. Like every single like drop down the stretch, I was like, that's the championship play. They just missed it. And then they got so many opportunities. God was like, here, make the championship play. And every single time the Lions were just like, no, thanks. I'm good. That's next year's problem.
It was just, I don't know. I don't hate Dan for any of the decisions because it just came down to execution. It was the exact same play calls he's made all year.
And
Like
the
you
only
can't-
one I am mad at him for is running it on the goal line. That's the only one.
see that one.
All the
I-
other ones I
that's the
am
one-
fine with.
That's the one everybody's upset about. I'm kind of like whatever. I think their logic there was like, oh, like nobody would run it here, so let's run it here. Maybe they're not ready for like
Yeah,
a goal.
sometimes you get so
They're taking
like
a pass.
1,000 IQ that you actually have 0 IQ,
Yeah,
and
and
that was
like,
one of those
I
moments.
was kind of at the point where
You like psych yourself
you-
out, you know?
no, you're giving the ball back to Brock Purdy and them. You haven't stopped them literally the entire second half. Like they need 10 yards. It's fucking even if you get the stop, you're getting the ball with fucking 20 seconds left and no timeouts. Like I was kind of like whatever. Like that didn't even bother me because I was like the game's over when it was 10-point deficit with fucking 3 minutes left. So that I don't even care about that part. Yeah, and I don't hate Dan for any of the decisions. Like if you made those decisions to get us there, I'm not going to hate you for making those decisions. I'd have criticized him more for playing conservative down the stretch and us losing than us playing aggressive like we had all fucking 20 games of the season and then
Agreed.
losing.
Agreed.
And like people really love to just sit on like we should have taken the field goal. Like you kick the field goal, you stop the bleeding. Like we said, we are forgetting how bad Michael Badgley was. He was not the
Yeah.
kicker to start the year.
Seriously.
He
And
This is the only difference. Say like remember when we thought like it's a fucking miracle he made that 52-yarder in Ford Field against the Rams, ended up winning us the game. That was
Yeah.
in a dome, perfect conditions. Then he's playing in Santa Clara outside
At
with
home too. Like there was no crowd noise, nothing.
Yes, it was literally like the easiest conditions you could make for a kicker in that moment in the situation,
Mhm.
obviously. But like if Michael, okay, you try him out there and he misses the kick. Okay, now the 49ers just get 7 more yards. The momentum's the same. Even if he
Man.
makes the fucking 49ers were rolling. Like
I was about to say, yeah, and people don't realize. Oh, they were like, oh, if you take both field goals, that's 6 points. You win the game. It's like,
he
we
can't
take
make
that.
he was
We
not making
take.
both.
I was about to say, we
Here
take
he-
even if
he
even
takes
if
both,
we
he does
make
not make
both. Oh, okay. So you're saying we make that last field goal. 49ers are literally
If
best
we-
clock management team. They'll just run the ball on us, run the clock out, and score a game-winning touchdown,
If
and then we
he-
lose anyways. Like
If we had fucking Matt Prater and this was the Lions from 2017,
that's
yes,
what I
would
said.
I would be pissed
Mhm.
because it's like you have a guy who's proven he can do this. He's one of the best in the fucking game. No, you have a guy who's barely on an NFL roster, who's probably not going to be on an NFL roster, or he's going to be on a practice squad and we're going to fucking cut him. Like he's not good. That's all whatever. And it's not even the disappointment of like being up that gets me. It's that we could have lost that game 31-0. And I feel like the feeling would be the exact same because it's like going in, it's like, man, we're fucking an hour away, 60 minutes. Like, that was it. That was all it took.
Yep.
So, and yeah, the team's young and like the cap's great. And like, I think the Lions are going to be good again. They could never make the NFC Championship again. Literally, we could be 50 years old sitting around here talking about how they haven't
Well,
made
that was
it in
one
30
thing
years.
that Dan said, and I don't think this will happen. I think the Lions are a hungry enough team. I think they're going to reload enough of their talent from this year that they'll at least get back to the playoffs. Well, I mean, shit happens. They might not make the NFC Championship game again, but I mean,
They
he
might not win a
said, next year it's going to be even more difficult to get back here. Like everyone's going to want a piece of you because you got to this point this year. But I
it's
think the
just-
Lions will be fine. I think they'll win the North next year. I think they'll be back in the playoffs, no problem. But
The thing is, like, I get that and I do feel that way, but like, that's what people thought in 1991 when they made the NFC Championship. Okay,
True.
hey, the team's young.
but
Barry
what
Sanders-
did they
Barry
really
Sanders
have
is
that
like a
year outside
3-year
of
pro.
Barry Sanders?
Barry Sanders is like not even entering his prime. He's like a year or two away from his prime. Like he is like on top of his powers. And you're like, oh my God, we got another 5+ years of Barry. We got all this
I don't
momentum.
know.
We're
I don't
great.
know. That
then you
team
never
that team
do
was not
anything
even
ever
close in the NFC Championship game.
Mm-hmm.
Not
True,
even
but
close.
that's true. But every team that makes the NFC Championship, NFC and AFC Championship, you're in the Final Four. You feel confident that you
True.
add a little bit of talent and like do this. And I believe in Brad to make this talent. I think the Lions could get better and never reach this fucking moment ever again. And it's like, I don't
That
know.
thought is
Let's not
definitely
think like
scary.
that.
No.
But like Marshall said, let's be optimistic. I know that years
I'm
of
sorry.
rooting for the
literally could
Detroit
go
Lions has made that
0-17
impossible.
This is
But
why I
like,
probably shouldn't have gone last, but this is why I wanted to go last. I don't feel optimistic. And I feel
all right, well,
Man's a
No,
fake
like, it's
fan.
the-
take your
it's-
pessimism
it's not
somewhere
even-
else. These are the
it's
brand
not
new
we don't
Lions
need those
games.
bad vibes.
I told Marshall
You
that
think we're
if
the same old
we're gonna
Lions?
get this close.
Man,
This is how I felt in the moment. I've kind of toned this down. I told Marshall in the moment, like, I'd rather fucking lose every game than get this fucking close to making a Super Bowl. To
No
get
shot.
that close to fucking
no. You at
immortality.
least won something
It-
this
you know,
year.
I'm not
it's-
surprised you say that
don't
when
wanna
you
get
say
that
you'd
close.
rather have 5-0-16, 0-17 seasons versus whatever the opposite was.
losing to the Packers to get held out of the Super Bowl. Yeah,
Yeah,
and I
that's-
still
Yeah,
say
that's
that.
insane.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I mean, I feel
Well, we
like
also didn't lose to the Packers. So
I feel
it
like you
doesn't matter.
guys, like, it is. I don't think we're understanding the gravity of like this. Odds are this will never happen again.
I understand, Grab.
That's the
Not
odds.
necessarily. There are
That's
plenty
not
of
the
look.
odds.
I mean, not that we are the Chiefs and that Dan Campbell is Andy Reid or anything like that, but like, look at the Chiefs
The
under
team's
Patrick
set up for
Mahomes.
success. The team's set up for. I will 100% agree. The team is
I
set up
think
for
that the
success.
Detroit Lions are set up
Lions-
for success next year
the
to at least
Lions
get back
can
to
win.
the playoffs and win at least 1 or 2 games.
The Lions can win playoff games for the next 5 years and still never reach this game again. That's how. That's you could make the
That's
playoff.
literally you literally just
Be the
described a
2 seed
Bills
every
fan.
year.
Like you just described a Bills fan life. You described a lot of
Cowboys.
teams.
That's fair.
Cowboys.
Yeah,
Like there's
I-
a lot of teams like that. Like honestly,
it's just
if
fucking-
we go on a
But I
3-year
mean,
stretch
look
where we
at
just
how
make
many
the NFC
teams-
divisional
a
round
lot
every
of teams
game,
will fucking
I'm okay
have
with that
ups and
until we make the
downs,
Super
though,
Bowl.
throughout their history. The
So
Lions has
Donnie,
been
you were
down.
telling me would you rather just for the next 3 years until like maybe the 4th or 5th year we get to Super Bowl, 3 years, we make the divisional round and we lose, or would you rather have 3 years of 2-15, 3-14?
What I'm telling you is at the end, you feel the fucking same. If you don't win the Super Bowl,
No.
I feel the same.
No,
This
I
is
feel
how-
way
this is
better
how it
right
was.
now
There's
than I did when we were
We
0
won that
16.
playoff game.
I'll tell
We
you
won
that.
the playoff game.
I feel way
And
better
was-
about the future of our freaking
We-
franchise than I did like
We
3
won the
years
playoff
ago when
game,
Matt
and I was
Patricia
happy.
was our coach.
This is how the postseason went for me. I don't know how you guys it was for you. We won that first playoff game. I didn't think we were gonna win. Honestly, didn't really think it. Just because like we're the fucking Lions, nothing good happens.
Yeah.
So that
And then we
so
drew
I
the
think
Buccaneers, and I was like, we better win this
Hey,
game.
we drew the Buccaneers, and I had the same thought. Like, okay, we should win this game. I'm going in, and like, I'm just going to be excited for this game. We go in and we win that game. Once we won that game, I was like, the Niners are tough, but it's fucking Super Bowl or bust immediately. Like after they won the second playoff game, and it's like it's not a fluke anymore.
Not this year.
It's
It's not
like you
Super
can't-
Bowl or bust yet.
Third year in a rebuild can't be Super Bowl or bust.
2 years
Yeah.
ago, we were what? 3-13
doesn't-
and 1.
It feels
So
so.
you're saying if we don't make the Super
It
Bowl
feels
next
so
year, it's a bad year.
it
I
feels so
do.
ass
Well,
backward.
not bad, but it is a disappointment if we don't make the Super Bowl.
What's a
next year.
disappointment when you don't make the Super Bowl any year for any team?
That's kind of what I'm saying. Like it flips so much for me, where it's like, okay, I just want the Lions to have success. It's like
It's not
okay,
soul crushing
they-
if you don't make the Super Bowl every single
like,
year, though.
Yeah,
I
like,
think,
Especially for a
seriously.
franchise
I
like
feel
the
like
Lions.
the
Yeah, we just
What
need
would-
we just need to get in the
What
habit of
would-
at least have winning seasons every year.
What
Like,
what would
if
be
we-
worse? What would be worse? Next year we don't make the playoffs or we don't make the Super Bowl. Like
Yeah, don't make the Super Bowl. If we can get into a habit where we just have winning seasons and make playoffs constantly, but we don't make it to the Super Bowl for a bit. I'm okay with that. I want to be a franchise. I understand if we can't make a Super Bowl. Bills fans, Cowboys fans, lots of other Ravens. Like, I mean, they made it in 2012, but it's still been a bit. There's a lot of franchises like that. I would
There's
love to
also
be a team
still
that's like.
what, like 5
bunch-
teams that have never
Yes.
been to a Super Bowl.
I would just love to be in a
Four.
position where a team we're talked about.
Oh,
hey,
right, Bengals.
hey,
Bengals a couple of years
they
ago.
they are a team that is always going to compete, like, or not yeah. So if we don't make the Super Bowl every freaking year, it's like, okay, who cares? Like,
and then
I just
eventually
want.
you'll get a down year where you'll be like a Bengals team and you'll fucking
Yes.
stumble your way into the Super Bowl.
Come on.
I
It
just
happens.
after
Sometimes,
witnessing-
sometimes the runs happen.
after witnessing an 0-16 season, the next year I was like, let's fucking go. We got a win. Let like I
want you to take a look
can't.
at Michigan football for a
it's
second.
fucking-
Michigan
Oh.
football is a prime example. In 2020, Michigan football barely escaped Rutgers. Rutgers. Barely escaped Rutgers. Jim
And
Harbaugh was
Michigan
about
football
to be
has always
fired.
been talked about as
If
a
Michigan
higher
football-
team, but
If
they
Michigan
never
football
make it.
had scored 3 less points that game, Jim Harbaugh would have been gone 4 years ago.
Yes.
And they just won a national championship. Mind you, this is coming from a Spartan fan. Like that,
You gotta let it build. Like,
Yes, exactly.
we can't
might
we
not-
can't win
so
it
it's
overnight.
It's like
if
how
you
long
had
did it take
fired
Michigan to
Harbaugh
reach the
last
national?
year because they didn't get to the national championship
Yeah.
last year,
How long did it take Michigan to reach the national championship? Okay, but like they were always considered Michigan. They are going to be ranked one of the best teams. But guess
I
what?
would much
They
rather
didn't make.
I would much rather consistently be
But-
successful in the regular season and then eventually get over the hump than never getting over the hump.
Yes, exactly. Like it's
Never
like,
even being in a
So-
position to get over the hump.
yes.
So
And it's like the fact I love. Yeah.
I'll ask you guys this then, because like up until fucking we won both of those playoff games, I would agree with you guys 100%. But like, would you rather win? Would you rather be the fucking? I'm trying to think of a team that it happened to. Not the Rams because like they're good now. Would you rather win a Super Bowl and then just be objectively bad for like 5 years, like a while, just a while, whatever a while is to you, or would you
If
rather
the
be like?
Lions won a
Would you
Super
rather
Bowl,
be?
I
Would you rather
could
be
die
between?
happy. It would not matter what happened the
Would
rest
you?
of my life.
Would you
Okay.
rather be? Would you rather be between 10 to 13 wins a year, win a playoff game or two, but like never make the Super Bowl?
But
Like,
let me ask you
what-
this,
Again,
Donnie.
yes.
Do you really want to get into the habit? Say we get into this mode where we have losing seasons. Do you really want to lose Brad Holmes, Dan Campbell, and everything that has made me being a Lions fan actually happy again? Because guess what? We lose all them. We're in a sitch where it's like, oh, we're just gonna switch head coaches every year. I'm glad we're not one of those teams that is looking for a head coach or a GM, and I don't want to be one of those teams. And if we can constantly keep winning, we won't have to be. And I don't want to get into that sitch, dude. I was tired of the
Marshall's
Jim Schwartz,
fired up
Jim
right
Caldwell
now.
to Matt Patricia. Like
But
I just want a constant coach and GM like these Jim Harbaughs, like or John Harbaugh, like Mike Tomlin. Like I want a guy like that. So if
I was
Dan,
gonna say those teams are so far and few between. Other than literally the Patriots the last 20 years, the Steelers, the
Who's to say
Ravens
that
with
that
John
this
Harbaugh, like,
Lions regime
these
could
teams,
not
like that
be
doesn't
one of
happen.
those teams? Who's to
Like-
say that can't be one of those teams?
you really want to lose Brad Holmes and Dan
Let's
Campbell?
not
Dan
forget-
Campbell?
Let's not forget the Chiefs dynasty started by losing to Tom Brady in the playoffs. So,
Literally.
Brock
That's
Purdy
fine.
next Tom Brady?
I mean,
Don't even.
I'm just throwing it out there,
Anyway,
I'm
we got to
just-
move on. We got to move on.
man.
But
Do we get on to the final picks,
final picks.
for the 2020?
Donnie doesn't have the records, but at this point, like it's the postseason anyway. This was
Yeah.
really just
Hey.
for fun. Who
The
cares?
bye week fucked it up because I don't fucking know. I was pissed at football the last.
Can we give ourselves like
I know I went
genuine,
0
like,
for 2,
I know
and so
me
Donnie took the lead.
I know me and Colin were tied for first. I believe it was either vice versa, but like Marshall.
I could
or
clutch
Dallas.
up and tie it
Neither
up this
was the
week
game.
though.
Shut up. Fucking Christ. It was either vice versa. Either Dallas or Marshall was a game behind us, and then whoever was in last was 2 games behind. So either way, me and Colin were fighting for first, and I went 1-1 last week or 2 weeks ago, and Colin went 0-2. So I'm up
like,
again.
we don't have to
Please.
like we don't actually have to do it, but like can we genuinely like applaud ourselves? We picked every single game of this season.
Yeah,
Every
not
single
a lot
one
of
of us
people do
picked
that.
every single
Not
game.
a lot of people
That
do
is
that.
actually really cool, and I'm
we
glad
did.
we got to do it. It was a lot of fun.
What?
Guys, we didn't. The
We
Pro
have one
Bowl.
more. We've
Shut up. Who even won the Pro
Yeah,
Bowl?
this
I didn't
man.
even
Can we
watch a minute
can we
of
make
Pro
it
Bowl
so
coverage.
what I just
NFC
said? He's actually not allowed.
I
to
did
pick
see
Super
that Dan
Bowl?
Orlovsky did the precision passing challenge and had a better score than Jalen Hurts. I thought that was pretty
Dude,
wild.
Jalen Hurts
Every
and Tua
quarterback
look
had a
awful.
the only quarterback that didn't do better than
Okay,
Jalen was Tua.
yes, but those are all pro players. Dan Orlovsky has been sitting at a
Pro player.
analyst desk for like what? Probably like
The
5-10
only
years
player
now.
that looked good in the precision passing was CJ Stroud, honestly.
Yeah.
I saw
man.
Baker won Pro Bowl MVP. I think he played well, but
First award to
fucking
it.
awesome flag football.
That's crazy. 7-on-7 champion.
Colin, your final pick of the year. Let's get it started.
So I really want to pick the Chiefs just because they look like the Chiefs again, and I don't really trust, or I don't really want to pick a Mahomes, or pick against a Mahomes. Jesus Christ, pick against a Mahomes team that, for some reason, has a chip on its shoulder, as if they really need one. I really don't want to pick Pat Mahomes because he's kind of pissed me off lately. Ever since that Dolphins game, or not the Dolphins game, was it the Dolphins game?
Game where he
No,
cried.
Bills game, because it was the Kadarius Toney play,
Mm.
the offensive offsides that he was pissed off about. Ever since that game, I've been out on Patrick Mahomes.
Yes.
I get like being mad about a call, but that like took it like
I never
extra
seen a
far,
call like that.
It was LeBron-esque, wasn't it?
You didn't even, I mean, you saw Lions fans like joking about Decker was eligible, way past that Cowboys game. But the Lions players moved on, didn't care, was like, all right, well, we'll just win the next one. Who cares? So, I get in the
I
moment
think
being like emotional, but like, I don't know. Regardless, not the point. I need to make my pick.
Hmm.
But like, I also don't want to pick the 49ers because I'm pissed at the 49ers. So I really don't know who to pick here. Um, I think I am unfortunately going to have to pick the Chiefs because I think the storyline of Mahomes going back to back is just
I
better.
was waiting for Colin to be
But
like,
also,
and my
Mr.
pick will
Irrelevant to
be.
Super Bowl champ /
The
Super Bowl
Detroit Lions.
MVP.
I,
We'll
I, I
see.
was yeah, I was waiting for Colin to be like, and my pick is going to be
Should
Northern
also pick
Michigan.
Michigan.
Actually, the Michigan State Spartans go green.
Go green.
No, I think I am going to pick the Chiefs as much as I don't want to.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I want the 49ers to win. Obviously, the team that beats you in the playoffs, you want them to win the championship just so you can say I lost to the champions.
Mhm.
We lost in the playoffs, but at least it was to the Super Bowl champions.
We were 30
I
minutes away from beating the Super Bowl champions. That's crazy.
the fact that the Brock Purdy storyline
Well, also
is
because
go ahead, Colin. You
I
want to
do kind
interrupt?
of I'm sorry. I do kind of selfishly want the 49ers as well because I think it'd be awesome and damn good if they put Lions Niners as the week 1 Thursday night football game.
I don't think they would.
You don't think they would put the NFC Championship game
No,
rematch
I
as
was
week
reading
1?
some. I was reading something. Usually,
Maybe it would be Sunday night football, but
no team has ever gotten. I don't think the 2 years in a row, and if they haven't won the Super Bowl, and also a lot of the for some reason a lot of the times they do Super Bowl or they do like those big rematches like midway through the season on like a will be like a Monday night primetime game or
I
something
don't
like
know.
that.
I think they should.
I bet.
They're gonna
I
banish us
guarantee
to
it.
fucking Monday night football. That's bullshit. Nobody watches Monday night
Would you
football
rather be
anymore.
Sunday night? Sunday night football was terrible this year.
That's true. That's true.
But yeah, going back to my pick. Thanks, Colin.
Sorry.
I want
It's
the
been a minute. I
49ers
forgot
to
the
win.
etiquette.
I want the 49ers to win. The Brock Purdy storyline is a once in a lifetime storyline. There's never been a Mr. Irrelevant to start in a Super Bowl. Never,
Never even
ever,
started. So
never
it's
even
already
started.
historic.
I never
Already
like,
his-
Forget
historic.
how ass Mr. Irrelevant. Sorry, they usually don't make the roster like ever in their career.
Exactly.
That's a
That-
good
you
point.
saying
That's
that
a
is
fair
making
point.
it even more crazier. Like that's
That's
insane.
proving the point.
Yeah.
All right. I am officially switching to rooting for the 49ers. I think that's damn awesome. And I think we should allow it because who the fuck
Like
cares? It's the
I
last
understand.
week.
I'm on the Donnie side. Like
I'm
I
rewriting it
understand.
down.
I
I'll give you that,
understand.
Colin.
Like I understand. Like I don't even think Brock Purdy is that amazing with a quarterback.
I think
And
I'm
he's put
rooting
into
for
a
that
crazy
storyline. Let's
position.
go
But
49ers.
the storyline of like being Mr. Relevant and now Bro is playing in a position to go win a Super Bowl is maybe the
As
craziest
much as I
storyline
want
of
him
all
to
time.
lose and come back
No
down to
matter
earth.
how maybe a mid he is, it doesn't matter. It's automatically amazing. So whatever.
The fact that he was never supposed to be in this position.
Is
He
he
is
even a
literally
top 10
the
quarterback in the league right now?
He is literally the ultimate underdog, and I've never seen an underdog
And he
get
might win the
shit on
Super Bowl.
so much.
Can everyone pay their respects to Trey
This man
Lance?
might not even be a top 10
Trey Lance.
quarterback, and he's about to win a Super Bowl potentially and could even be the Super Bowl MVP. There is a non-zero chance that Brock Purdy might end up as the Super Bowl MVP.
If the
And he
49ers
might not
win,
even be
he
a top
is the
10
MVP.
quarterback. That's
See,
crazy.
that's my thing. I think if he
That's
is,
wild.
I think if they do win, I think it's McCaffrey. Honestly, I think McCaffrey might carry this game.
I think it's all Brock Purdy.
But so,
Like, no
but
matter
what. For
Colin,
the
did you
agenda,
make
the script
Colin? Did
writers
you
can't.
did you officially make your switch to Niners?
Yeah, I'm switching to the Niners. It's the
Okay,
last week. Who
so
gives a
I'll
fuck?
make my pick. We got two Niners.
I never gave my pick because I kept getting
You said Niners.
No, I said I want them to win. I
He
didn't
wants
say
to know
Well, I'm
if we're
going
winning. He
Chiefs.
just, like,
I'm going
ended it there.
Chiefs.
Okay.
Patrick Mahomes, by winning this Super Bowl, will without a doubt be a top 5 quarterback of all time.
Oh, for sure.
Ooh.
And that's not even crazy to say.
He probably already is. I don't like.
He's top
You either
10.
End your season. Every season you've been a starter, you end either in the AFC Championship game or the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I think
Can't
he's
get much
top
worse than
5. I
that.
think he's top 5, but I think he is 5 probably.
No.
Probably.
If
That's
If he
top
wins
five.
if he wins this,
So top
he
five.
might be 3 or 4.
Oh, I don't know about that.
I don't know about that's crazy.
He might be 3 or 4. Think about it. Three Super Bowls, what two or three MVPs in a 6-year times
I'm
starting.
taking. I am taking Brady, Manning, and Montana over him. So maybe 4, but I'm still taking probably Rodgers.
He would have
or
more
even Brees.
Super Bowls,
I'm taking
one less
Brees.
MVP than
Okay,
Peyton.
let's make the picks. Let's make.
Yeah. Anyway, debate part's over. Picks.
We can get into fucking Mahomes' legacy
All right,
next.
so you're taking the
Let's finish
Chiefs?
the pick.
Chiefs.
All right.
The 1 Niners. Well, it's supposed to be 2. Fuck, it was supposed to be 2 Chiefs, but Colin made a go switcheroo. 1 Niners, 1 Chiefs. I'm rooting for the 49ers, as is Dallas. I don't want the Chiefs to win under any circumstance. I don't like the Chiefs. I'm tired. It's not even this because people keep telling me, oh, it's the Brady effect. Because I actually do like Mahomes. I do. And I love Mahomes and I want him to win. But it is the way once Travis Kelce retires, I feel like I'm automatically gonna start liking the Chiefs again. I don't know why, but after all
Bro hates
this,
Taylor Swift.
Oh
all
my
this
God.
Swift stuff, all this Swift stuff, and I don't know
Marshall.
why the Justin Tucker thing. You guys probably saw. I don't know
The
why.
Justin Tucker thing was dumb. I
Kinda-
hated that.
kind of
That made me lose a little respect for Kelsey because, like, what are you
And,
doing, man? Like,
But either way, I just, the Chiefs all of a sudden made the craziest, just like, hey, we're here still in the postseason, and it's like, wow, okay. We thought they might have I didn't think they'd get round 1, but I didn't also think that they were gonna make it past. But Mr. Relevant being in the Super Bowl is crazy, and I think the Niners will win. I do. I'm picking the Niners. I think McCaffrey is going to have a crazy game. First Super Bowl for him, and that team is just stacked, like we all have said. And it's just that's my pick. I don't really. There's not much else to it. I just think the Chiefs. I feel like they're going to get this far and let us down for some reason, and the Niners are just a
Agreed.
powerhouse, and I think they're going to get their get back. And for the last rematch, Super Bowl rematch. So yeah, I'm gonna go 49ers here.
I agree. The Niners are a powerhouse and all those things. They're almost perfect. They're an almost perfect team. But the thing that makes them almost perfect is going to be going to end up being the thing that costs them a Super Bowl ring. The fact that we are fucking weak in the game still, and we say Brock Purdy's going to be Super Bowl MVP if they win. What the fuck are we doing? Brock
Hey,
Purdy has warped our
don't
football
do with
mind.
this we stuff. That was Dallas that said that.
I mean, if he has the exact same
And then,
stat line
no,
against
Dallas said it.
the
Dallas said it.
Chiefs
And
versus the Lions, how
Dallas
is he
said
not?
it, but somebody else said like he easily could.
I said there is a non-zero chance that Brock Purdy will be the Super Bowl MVP.
I will be so glad when the Chiefs just fucking rout the Niners. We are done with this Brock Purdy bullshit. He
We won't
is
be
nothing
done.
more
He still
than
made the Super
better
Bowl.
than Jimmy G. He is nothing more than better than Jimmy G. I will give him credit. He's better than Jimmy G. Wow.
Jimmy G was pretty good at one point.
Jimmy G is
honestly.
going to be out of the fucking league. Okay.
Isn't it crazy that by
I'm-
this time next week, Brock Purdy could potentially have more Super Bowl MVPs than Matthew Stafford?
And that is another thing I thought of. As soon as he said Brock Purdy's MVP. If this motherfucker Brock Purdy puts up a stat line anywhere similar to Matthew Stafford and gets MVP, I will lose my fucking mind.
I will actually have a good
He'd put up
day.
a better stat line, honestly.
Guys, yeah,
be real,
I'm
yeah.
sure. Yeah, sure. Yeah, because he played
he probably-
really fucking
He
great.
won't throw 2
all these good
picks
games. Yeah.
stupidly.
Like I said, Brock Purdy has warped a fucking football fan mind. I don't understand like what happened with this guy.
I mean,
It's a
he's
great
better
story.
than you.
It is a great story. It is a great story. I will give it that. Like, if the situation was different, I'd be like, fuck yeah, let's make this guy a movie. Like, I love it. It's a great story.
Oh, he's getting a
But
movie.
when and it is like honorary thinking about like mystery relevant, they usually don't make the roster. I think the best mystery relevant other than him was like a dude who played like 2 years, like got to play actually football for like a couple of years in the NFL. So it's awesome that he's doing this as Mr. Relevant. But he's mystery relevant because it's not that he's bad. I don't want to say he's bad, but he's not.
He was bad in college. He was bad.
I think.
Did you see that Cheez-It Bowl against Clemson? Did you
I
see
did
that?
not. I did not.
It was
So-
bad. It was bad. He's very
Sorry.
bad.
He was no Tim Boyle in college, guys. Come on.
But yeah, just he's a quarterback that has good accuracy and good decision making. That's about fucking it. He doesn't have a
I
good
mean, that's
like
kind of what you need, right? Good accuracy, good decision.
So
Pretty
making.
important.
Yeah.
Pretty
in
important.
that in a
I'd argue
team in a
most
team that's
important.
so
Two
in a
two
team
most
that's
important
so
traits.
unbelievably stacked like the Niners, I will agree. Those are super important. Being healthy, accuracy, decision making, probably the top three things they need at quarterback. All that aside, the Chiefs are the fucking Chiefs again. When they played the Bills and they were averaging 9 yards a play before they took it at the end of the game, with the receiving core not changing and like MVS stepping up in the playoffs, which actually he's known to do. I don't know if you guys have seen the difference in his numbers regular season to playoffs. He's a fucking playoff performer, like actually. And then Kelsey coming back alive. I think it's Chiefs. I think it's Chiefs pretty big. I'm not gonna say it's fucking like when the Chiefs got beat by the
What's
Bucks.
the line at
Like,
right now? Like 2?
the line's at a field goal. And for the Niners to be favored is like the craziest shit I can
It's
imagine.
the defense, man.
Yeah,
it's the
it's-
defense.
The defense
That
was
defense
really
is
good.
elite.
The defense allowed 24 points to a worse offense than the Lions. Like, come on. Their defense is not all that. In terms of being
I
able
mean,
to
their
stop
defense
a
is
top
is pretty nasty.
not being able to stop a top tier quarterback.
You've got probably a top 5 edge rusher. You've got
It's a
the
top
best-
5 defense. It's a top 5 defense. But once you put them up,
It's probably
against a
top
quarterback,
3 defense.
we've seen what they've done. Like against a top tier quarterback, we've seen what they've done. I think the Niners are almost indestructible. I think the thing that is destructible is Brock Purdy. I think Brock Purdy throws an interception or two, and I think it's a 7-point game. I think
Put
the
that
Chiefs,
right up there with Matthew Stafford. Let's go.
Mahomes looks great. Mahomes is Super Bowl MVP, and honestly, this is kind of like a
That's a
little
weird way
bold
to say
prediction.
Brock Purdy.
If the Chiefs win this game, I think this is Travis Kelce's last game because he just came out and said he wants this ring, or he wants. I don't know if he said ring. I should have saved it. I don't know if he said ring or Super Bowl. Either way, he wants this win more than any other win, which is like totally cliche. I get, but remember also what 4 or 5 months ago when it came out during the season of him contemplating, thinking about retirement, which a lot of people, when they think about retirement, they say they're already leaving. I think if he wins this game, he leaves. If they lose, I think
Here's
he comes
what
back.
I think
You got to think
happens
he's
if he wins this
34,
game.
going out on a Super Bowl. Like I easily think this could be the end of his career, going out with Jason.
Did you
But,
make your
yeah,
pick?
Yes, give me the Chiefs by a fucking lot.
Okay.
I got some trivia, boys, and I got
what?
Don't sound
I got
so
some-
excited, Dallas.
Some trivia,
I'm
boys.
I'm still on the fucking cough out of nowhere. In the
Why is
background.
that?
terrible-
Why?
For a minute, I was like,
There's-
what's that? I
Just leave it
who's-
alone.
Who's smoking a cigarette in here?
Just get on with it. You guys are on with
don't-
it. today.
Marshall's gonna leave, bro.
Oh
Marshall's
my
never
gosh,
coming
leave
back.
it alone. Holy shit.
We
You
got
guys
we
don't
got
give
some
a fuck
trivia,
about Taylor
man.
Swift, but
This
when it comes
episode
to
is
that,
off the
holy
rails,
shit, we're gonna
man.
lose our shit.
We got some trivia. I think these two trivias
Jim
on
Brown.
top of one of those wheel spins. I think that'd be a good for the show. Starting off, history was made. Travis Kelce now holds the record, which was thought to be an unbreakable record. Jerry Rice's record for most receptions in a playoff career with 152 catches.
Wild that a tight end broke that.
It's crazy that anybody broke it in general.
Well, yeah, but like a tight end specifically breaking that record, crazy. Never would have
It-
thought. If anyone
the
was going to
playoffs,
break it,
like,
it wasn't
every
going to be a tight end.
Obviously, Kelsey is 1 and Jerry Rice is 2. You guys are going to be guessing who 3 through 10 are for most receptions in a playoff career.
Alan? Let's get
Oh,
your
I
wrong
forgot.
guess
I'm
out of the way.
starting. God damn it.
Your wrong guess out of the way, so me and Marshall can have a crack at it.
I feel like
You
how
don't
many
get
years
it.
were they together?
Long enough.
I'm gonna just throw this out there. It might be wrong, just because he might not have had as long of a career as I think he did. But Rob Gronkowski.
Gronk is number 4 with
Okay.
98 catches.
That you shouldn't even have thought
He
about
was
that.
up
That
there.
should have been a number one. Like
This man said,
boom.
"I really don't know. I really
You
is
were
it
One of the greatest
stressing
tight ends of
over
all time.
You could have left off Jerry Rice. Like you could have not given us that one. This man Colin would have been like, "Fuck, is it
Jerry Rice?
Jerry Rice? Oh fuck off!" It's like, come on, Colin. Yeah, you're good.
I mean, I did like 2 weeks ago when I guessed the
Yeah.
guy that, as I was editing, I didn't realize how dumb I sounded. It was literally the guess before mine. I thought maybe it had been like, a couple minutes before and I just
Drew
didn't hear it.
Brees?
No,
Yeah,
it was literally Marshall goes, I think it was
Drew Brees. I'm
it
pretty
was
sure.
Drew Brees. And he was like, all right, yep, Drew Brees. Colin, what's your guess? And I'm like, shit.
Drew Brees.
Give me Drew Brees.
I mean, if you've heard this one before, Drew Brees.
Anyway,
Gronk.
Gronk
yeah,
number 4.
Gronk was definitely my guess, and I didn't think Colin was gonna go Gronk because I thought Gronk would be like a Gronk, not like a.
I thought about
This
waiting.
is a rough
honestly.
one. I
Man
don't
thought about it
know,
as much as Gronk thinks about his fucking day-to-day life.
but let me think about it. I'm gonna throw kind of a weird one out there, but I don't really care. This podcast is already fucked. I'm gonna throw Julian Edelman out there.
Number 3 all
There.
time in
Wow.
catches with 118.
That was going to be my second guess.
That's already fucked.
So just for reference, Jerry Rice's record was 151. Edelman has 118. Is now the
Wow.
closest to Jerry Rice.
I just got a
At number
scoregami
3.
in Madden if that's on the trivia. I won a Madden game
What
8
was
to
it?
7.
8-7. Oh my god,
That's not
that's
scoring.
disgusting.
No, yeah, no.
I did. Not to get off topic. I was playing a Lions franchise because I was pissed that we didn't win the Super Bowl. So I said, "Fuck it, I'll do it myself." And I was simming, and I lost to
Fuck
the
it, I'll
Bears
do it
in sim
myself.
6-3.
That's tough.
It happens.
Was it like pouring rain?
I don't know. I didn't play.
Good point. Good point.
Okay. Now I have no fucking idea.
Dude, Swift.
I'm trying to think of somebody who's just really good because we're the
Travis
lowest
Kelce.
we're at is fucking what, like 108 or something.
Rob Gronkowski is pretty good. Jerry Rice is pretty good.
It makes me want to go with another Patriot. Let me go.
Chris Hogan.
Let me go.
Aaron
Wes
I mean,
Welker.
Nikhil Harry.
Wes
what-
Welker tied at 8 with 88 catches.
That's honestly more than what I thought. But he did have those runs with the Broncos for a couple years. So
Back to Colin.
That was
Not
number 8 with 88.
Yes.
That's crazy.
a lot of eights.
Yeah. Genuinely this time, I don't think he's in the top 10, but I feel like I gotta throw the name out there just because he played so many years here. Or not so many years, but like enough games there. Tyreek Hill, probably not, right?
Tyreek Hill number 5 with 96
Are you fucking
receptions.
serious? Why am
I
I thinking
swear to God.
so much about this?
That was
Bro,
one
what
of
if he
my
just
bad.
had-
He only
What if he
played-
said,
how
"Are
many
you
games
fucking
did he play
serious?"
there?
No, I was actually kidding.
Actually, he has fucking.
Yeah,
I
Yeah.
actually was fully prepared for him to be like, no, I'm
He's
actually
got
fucking with you.
4.
He's not on the list.
You fucking idiot.
I guess I'm just like not giving them enough
Overthinking it.
credit for the time that they played.
There's 2 guys that I'm thinking of, and I want to guess both, but I can't. So I'm gonna go with one I'm more confident in. It's between these 2 Colts players. Peyton Manning was in the playoffs a lot. It's between Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne. I'm gonna go with Reggie Wayne.
Reggie Wayne number 6 with 93 receptions.
I don't know why Marshall said both names. I will go with Marvin Harrison.
You fucker.
Not on the list.
Never mind. Oh god. How many do we have left? Like
3
5?
left. 7,
okay.
9, and 10.
10's gonna be a wild one. I already know.
I was gonna
You think-
say I want to guess 10 because I feel like it's gonna be some guy we're not.
You
gonna
think
be thinking
Amon
of.
Ra's on there yet?
Yep. And
Yeah, yeah.
With
I'd
how
say
many?
so.
Yeah, almost.
If we play like the
Did
way
we get 9?
No.
Nope.
No.
7, 9, 10.
Oh. Okay, so 8 was
7, 9, 10.
88.
Yep.
It's not Cooper Cup, is it?
Nope.
Whoa.
Damn.
Hell.
Okay.
Bro's only had
Hell.
two. Bro's only had
Whoa.
like 2 playoff runs.
Whoa.
Listen,
That was
listen. As a
wild.
slot guy,
That
he gets a
was
lot of
insane.
receptions. He had 2
It's
runs.
funny 'cause he went-
Listen, do
he
you
went
remember 30
super-
seconds ago when we go, number 10 is going to be a guy we're not going to be thinking about? I went with a guy that we're not thinking about.
Let me go.
There's a reason
Yeah,
we're
but
not
it wasn't
thinking
a
about
good
him.
one.
My,
You
Colin's
said-
next.
You could have said Tim Tebow. Yeah, we weren't thinking about him, but it's not a good guess. What the fuck?
Can't wait for Colin's
Tim
next
Tebow
pick
as
when
a
he
tight
says.
end.
Can't wait for
Playoff
Colin's next
receptions.
pick when he picks
I
Kadarius.
love that Colin went like, oh my god, Gronk. Oh my god, fucking Tyreek
And then
Hill.
I
And then
go,
he says, and then
Cooper
this man
Kupp.
so confident.
He's super
like,
confident in Cooper Cup.
Cooper Kupp.
I said
Yeah.
it's not Cooper
No,
Cup, is it?
It's like bro's out here stressing. He's like, all right, who's got the most receiving yards of all time? He's like, this one's a rough one, but Jerry Rice. And then it's like, next pick, he's like, I'm gonna take Jameson Williams here. I think that might be, but
Dark horse guy, you know?
I don't think of someone who's in the playoffs a lot, but like
7, 9, and 10. We're still looking for.
I think of someone who just like was in the playoffs a lot, but didn't have to win the Super Bowl. Like it's playoffs.
I will say 2 of these guys are Super Bowl champions.
Okay. No, that's too crazy. This is no, I'm not throwing that out there. I'll get dogged so hard for that one.
Can't be worse
Uh,
than Cooper Kupp.
It
It can be worse than Cooper Cup. There are a lot
They made
worse
some,
guesses
they
than
made
Cooper
some
Kupp.
good
Fuck you.
runs, but you know what? I don't care. They made some deep playoff runs. Give me Doug Baldwin.
No, not.
Hey, he
I'm really glad you said that
Worse
because
than Cooper Kupp.
I was gonna guess like one of the
Who's worse than
Seahawks
Cooper
receivers.
Kupp?
hey,
I don't know if it was worse than Cooper Cup, but that was
It's
still
on par. It's
That
on
was
par.
definitely
Doug-
worse than Cooper Cup.
no. Cooper Cup's
Baldwin-
literally only
no,
had
Doug
2
Baldwin did
playoff.
Cooper
runs.
Cup's had 2 playoffs run. The Seahawks made the 2 back-to-back Super Bowls. Like, and Doug Baldwin was like their number 1 receiver.
Seahawks did make the playoffs quite a bit. So I'll give
yeah. I'm looking that up now. I'm looking up how many playoff receptions Doug Baldwin has.
Look it up.
no, because he's gonna find a list with all these names on it.
No, I'm not.
Okay, back to my fucking turn. I'm trying to think of guys that are just have been really fucking good.
Oh my gosh, I have a guess, and I haven't even pulled up Safari yet. Okay, wait. What's number 10 now? Not the answer, but how many catches?
85.
And Doug Baldwin has 58, so we're a little bit off. We're like
Cooper
a little
Kupp-
off.
Cooper Cup has 50, by the way.
Hey, that my guess
8
was better.
receptions off.
58.
8 receptions off.
That's
Yeah,
not bad.
come on. I have
8
better
receptions
guess.
off from Marshall, but
I also have. I literally have a guess, and it's you can't say, "Oh, this is the wildest pick," unless hopefully you two don't get it.
all that aside, man, I'm trying to think of. We're at the point of it's like you just guess a really good guy and you fucking hope. Like, I'm gonna go kind of a crazy one. Let me go Lynn Swan. That's kind of a out there one.
Not Lynn Swan.
Cooking. Did we get number 7 yet?
No.
You rubbing your hands like that.
He's
Bro's
Bro's
cooking.
I got a devious one.
He's like ready
Which
for this
ones do
one.
we need?
Puka Nakua.
7,
We need
7, 9,
7,
10.
7, 9, 10.
Colin has asked that 6 times.
Fuck! Bro's obsessed with number 10.
Fucking Christ. We got okay.
7, 9, 10.
Heinz
I thought you were
Ward.
Heinz Ward at number 7 with 88 receptions.
Fucking how? This is wild.
Not gonna lie, I had a really confident one, and now I'm not so confident.
Fuck both of y'all.
Fuck you, Colin. Shut
Fuck
up.
it.
Cooper.
I had a better pull than you.
I'll throw it out there just because, but I don't think they made the playoffs enough. Larry Fitz.
Not Larry Fitz.
No.
Get fucking
Damn
40
That's
in
kind of
one
a
run.
sneaky pull though.
That would be a sneaky pull, honestly.
Didn't make it enough. He just played so long.
Now I gotta
Mm.
now I
And
gotta
Kurt
I gotta
Warner,
eliminate,
Carlson
eliminate
Palmer.
myself from contention real quick. I'm gonna look it up because I really want to know where he's at.
Hey,
Okay. So this one I'm not very confident in, but he was always on a fucking at least good team. So let me go with Terrell Owens.
Not Terrell Owens.
Oh, God, cold streak. 0 for 3.
9 and 10.
What about Colin? Are you eliminating yourself?
I just eliminated.
I might
myself.
quick fire some people. This is crazy.
You
This
suck.
is a wild guess. Mike Evans.
Nope, not Mike Evans.
Mike Evans would have been crazy.
That
The
would've
years
been
with the Tom Brady years with the Bucks kind of was like, ooh.
Damn.
This might like
Terrell Owens is in the 40s.
I'm trying to think of hold on, no, Andre Reed.
Andre Reed at
Fuck
10 with 85.
So we're
I'm
just
looking at a
missing
Bill-
8,
We're
Yeah,
missing
I'm
number
looking at
9.
9.
I'm looking at a Bills logo and I was like, who is the Bills like good receiver from the fucking 90s when they were making the
Shout out
Super
to
Bowl every
Fred
year?
Boletnikoff.
Yep.
What?
Shout out.
70, 70 receptions in his
Colin?
career.
Number 9.
Can
Hall
we
of-
can we
Hall of
get?
Fame wide receiver.
I was gonna say, can we get in like an era, like maybe?
Hall of Fame era.
Hall of Fame era.
I'm
of
gonna just
Yeah,
say
but Hall of
90s.
Fame like 1940s, Hall of
90s.
Fame? Or
90s.
90s.
Hmm.
He retired in 1999.
Oh.
Wide receiver, correct. Not like a tight end.
Yes.
Correct, a wide receiver.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, no. I don't know. I'm trying to think of like those. Oh, Michael Irvin.
Michael Irvin
Oh.
with 87 receptions.
I'm thinking like Cowboys. Like God, I thought a Cowboy like 16 times.
Yeah,
So
that wasn't
there's-
bad. I wouldn't have pulled Michael Irvin, but that's a good guess.
If it wasn't Michael Irvin, it was like Billy Cannon or something.
Yes,
Well,
sir.
Billy Cannon has so many they didn't even put him on the list. They were like, fucking, he has like 700.
It's not even fair, don't even
Yeah,
throw him on
exactly.
there. My next trivia is kind of different. Looking at the betting odds, Christian McCaffrey is the favorite for the first touchdown scored in the Super Bowl. In the last 7 Super Bowls, the favorite for the first touchdown score has only happened once, and that was Super Bowl 53. You guys are going to guess the last 7 first touchdown scores
I am not
in
going to participate
in the Super
Oh.
Bowl.
I maybe saw the same. If you saw it on a video, I saw it on a TikTok. So I literally saw the last like 8 or
Also
7.
known as a video.
I saw it because someone made a video. Someone made a video showing the last like.
He meant like
8.
YouTube video versus
I know,
TikTok.
but
Shut
it
up.
was just funny the way you said it. You
So.
saw it on a video? I saw it.
I won't
Also
compete
on a video.
I
but
won't
it was
compete.
different.
because there are a couple wild ones, but not crazy. So I'll listen, and
Alright.
maybe towards the end I can pick up
I
on
think
what
this
they,
should be a joint effort because it's going to be difficult.
Yeah,
to
just fire off
fire it away.
what they can't get. I'll try. And
How many years are we doing back? 7?
the last
I
7.
feel like last year was kind of a unexpected one, wasn't it?
Plus 650 was his odds.
Last year's is the easiest one.
Well, it couldn't have been.
Who's in the Super Bowl?
Well, it wasn't Travis Kelsey, was it?
Hey, no, it was just what was in the Super Bowl last year. We're off to a bad start.
It wasn't Kelsey, was it?
It was not Travis Kelce.
What are we
no.
doing?
Was it a Chiefs player?
Probably a fucking minus.
It was not a Chiefs player.
So it was an Eagle. All right.
plus.
This is a bad start. You know what? Neither of you guys deserve it. It's
I
Jalen
do
Hurts, guys.
remember-
It's
I do
Jalen
remember-
Hurts.
It
Push.
was Jalen Hurts.
It was
The tush
Jalen Hurts. It
push.
was a freaking.
Oh,
you
duh.
gave it up.
You did not deserve it after I watched this man look off to the side. Who played last year? You don't
Yeah, no,
deserve
you-
it after that.
Yeah.
You never get to give me
honestly-
shit again. Can we?
To be
Can we
honest
have
with
that on
I
record?
did realize
This man never gets to give me shit
That
again.
was
Oh, man.
crazy.
You forgot last year's Super Bowl.
It was the way, the look.
Guess
too.
what, bro? Guess what? We're going the
Who
year
was
after it.
playing
I
last year?
Oh,
he's
what,
like-
you don't remember the year before? What?
Ain't no
Give me a
way.
second. You guys got my mind in a
Rams,
The
Rams.
Rams Super Bowl?
Rams Bengals. Rams Bengals.
Who was it?
OBJ.
It was OBJ. God, he was plus 900, by the
Year
way.
before that
That's
was
crazy.
the Baltimore Colts.
Was
and
Cooper
we're-
Cup the favorite?
He was, yes.
Baltimore Colts.
All right, I remember the 1 year before
It was
that.
actually the
Just 'cause-
Akron Professionals.
Super Bowl 55. Good lord.
Guys, I cannot remember who's played in these Super Bowls. I'm not gonna lie. 55.
That was it was also Chiefs Niners, wasn't it? Wasn't that
It was
No.
nope. That's
or was
the
that the
next
year
year.
before?
That's the
Damn.
year
Should've
before.
been-
It's a year off.
I believe this was Bucks.
Oh,
Yep.
this was Bucks Chiefs.
I don't know why I gave you that, but
I mean, it doesn't matter. We're
At
it's a
thi-
group
at this
effort right
point.
now. We're just firing away.
At this point, motherfuckers don't even know who's playing. We gotta help each other.
Okay,
Shit.
well, you-
Like I
you
said,
said
I was set up
I've
for
already
failure
seen the
here.
video, so
Plus that part-
I'll pick up on what you guys can't get.
You could have gave us that part.
Well, I'm trying to think of who would have been the favorite, so I don't guess them.
This one is Lynn Swan.
He said there's been one
So
favorite.
Tony
We gotta keep
Gonzalez,
that in
actually.
I want to just start like giving you guys hints.
I'm gonna guess that Tyreek was the favorite, and so it wasn't Tyreek.
It was not Tyreek. You are correct.
There,
in that
there was
aspect.
one favorite, Colin. Don't forget that. He said there was one favorite in the last 7 years.
You didn't fact check the favorite part for
Let
this
me
one.
throw out a hint. Let's remember this
Hold on,
game.
let me fucking guess. Leonard Fournette.
No.
No, not
I
Leonard.
was about to say,
Fournette.
let me tell you. Remember, the Chiefs only scored 9 points this game. So
Oh well, there you go. Good point.
it was
Yeah.
probably a
Mike
Bucks
Evans.
play. Now, he said Leonard Fournette.
I said Mike Evans.
Not Mike Evans.
Oh,
Don.
Is it
Donald?
fucking-
I've,
Wow.
I've,
Is it,
I've laid it up
fucking
for you.
Gronk?
It is Gronk.
Gronk.
He was
Is it
plus
why-
1100.
Is it wild? I wanted to guess Cade Otton before Gronk.
What?
Yes. What
Yeah,
are we
that is
doing?
very wild. You know what? This
Oh.
might be the last time I try to do something like this for trivia. I'll tell you that much. This
All
might
right,
have been
so
the
year
decider.
before. The year before was Chiefs
Chiefs,
Niners.
Chiefs, Niners.
I remember Niners. If I remember right, Niners got off to a hot start, and the Chiefs came back that year, right?
this one could be a rough one.
I feel like it is because I don't. I mean, Kittle was playing there at that point, but I don't think it was George Kittle.
I'm gonna stop you right now, Colin. It's not a 49ers player.
Didn't they get out to a huge lead, or did the Chiefs just score first and then
Well,
the
the
Niners
Chiefs
got
might have
out to
scored
a
the
huge
first
lead?
touchdown and then just went down. Like I wouldn't hold up on that part. Either way, it's a fucking.
All right,
49ers
well,
or a Chief.
I really don't think you guys will get this one.
I'd actually be
think-
surprised if you didn't, just because I've been seeing stuff about it recently.
Really?
I
you
think
seen
we,
stuff about
there's
it?
not that many fucking players on that offense.
Well, I feel like I'm gonna throw it out
It
there.
could just be me seeing stuff, but
I don't say I feel like it is.
We'll,
it-
we'll get it.
Is it a player that is currently playing on this year's Super Bowl roster?
yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Is it Travis Kelsey?
It is not Travis Kelsey.
Is it? MVS?
Was it a Patrick Mahomes rushing touchdown?
It was a Patrick Mahomes rushing touchdown. He was plus 2,000.
Damn.
Now the only
I was
what I said
shaking my
ear-
head to Donnie because MVS did not play with the Chiefs. He played with the Packers back in.
Jose MVS was still
Oh, I
on
was
the
thinking the
Packers.
other. What's the other one that was there?
The only reason I said like I've been seeing stuff. I saw
Hardman was last night.
I saw a-
Hardman, yeah.
I saw a Super Bowl prop for the same starting outcome as the last time they were in the Super Bowl. So Patrick Mahomes' first touchdown and then a useless check second touchdown. Is
Yeah,
like-
that's wild.
I was it was like plus 50,000. I'm like,
Yeah,
what
it should
in
be
the
plus, like,
world?
Throw a dollar on
250,000.
it. Throw a dollar on it.
That's the only reason
Win
I
a couple
I
$100
saw stuff.
at worst. You're at
Throw
a dollar.
dollar
Who cares?
on it.
That is how I sports bet. That's
Super
why I
Bowl
lose a
no,
lot.
53. Super
Exact
Bowl
score
53.
2 to 47. Fucking dollar. Like what are we doing?
All right. Who was before that?
Super
Should've
Bowl
been
53.
Patriots Rams? Or
Which-
wait, what year was it? Or what
Super Bowl 53.
which
was it-
there was one touchdown scored in that game.
All right, Patriots Rams.
Fuck,
First
we-
and
we gotta
last.
dial the fuck in.
It wasn't
The first player I thought of, I honestly can't
Julian
remember
Edelman?
which team he was on. So not a great start.
Not Julian Edelman.
Damn.
Edelman.
Didn't
He
he
won the
go off that
MVP.
game?
He won
though?
the Super Bowl
Yeah, I
MVP,
was
but
gonna
he
say
did
he was
not.
the MVP. I
He did
figured he
not
would have been
score
the
the first
lone touchdown scorer.
Was it so 53? This is fucking what, 6 years ago? 7 years ago? Is this the last one?
No, there's 2 more after this one.
So this
So this is
five
5.
years. Okay. This is gonna be a fucking
Gronk had
crazy.
already retired, right?
Mm.
Or retired.
No, I think he was hurt though. I could be wrong. I don't know.
And
It wasn't.
I
him.
got it. I got to guess. I got to guess, but I can't. Did you already guess, Colin?
Yeah,
Who'd you say?
He said
I said
Edelman,
Edelman.
and then Gronk.
and then Gronk.
Okay,
Yeah.
good, because this is gonna be wild. Was it Sony Michelle?
It was Sony Michelle. He was
Wow.
actually the favorite for the first touchdown prop
I
at
remember
plus
so-
400.
I remember Sony. I watched a video on
He
Sony.
was he was
that
low key
he
kind of
scored
good
a
that year.
touchdown.
Gronk did play.
He
He was the
scored a
one that got
touchdown.
him down to like the 4-yard line, and then Sony Michelle punched.
Sorry,
him.
it's Michelle Sony actually.
Yep. Okay.
Super Bowl 52.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Actually, I mean, you guys can if you really put your
What was this?
noggins to it.
This was
This is
this was
Eagles
Eagles
Patriots.
Patriots, right?
Eagles.
This is Eagles Patriots.
Patriots Eagles. Okay. Nick Foles.
Yeah, he got
It was
it.
the
That's
Philly
pretty-
special actually.
Wow. You know what? Congrats.
Okay.
I honestly I do not remember any of the receivers from that year. I feel like I probably
Let's see.
should know like one or two of them. I
You
don't
guys said
off the top
good
of my
luck.
head.
Is this a name we like genuinely don't really
No,
know?
you'll know. You know he is.
Is it Nelson Aguilar?
No. Actually, Terrell Owens.
Is it no, you guys.
Mike Vick rushing touchdown.
James
Brady
White?
rushing touchdown.
Nope.
What'd you say?
James White.
It was a
Oh,
joke.
James White. I think you said
Oh.
Jake White. I was like, who?
The punter.
I'm trying to think of random players because my first thought was Zach Ertz, but you guys reacted like we had no, like it
Oh,
was.
You
I
guys
forgot.
definitely know who they
Zach
are.
Ertz
It's just it's
existed.
not your typical. He definitely was not the favorite. He probably was.
Plus 1,200.
So yeah,
Well,
fringe
that's
top
probably-
5.
I
I
would
don't
say
even
that's
remember
probably like
that
when-
many people from that Eagles team.
Well,
Who were the
Carson Wentz
running
didn't
backs
score
that
it.
year?
Um,
We already said it was not Nick Foles.
fuck, who's
so-
who's the running back for that fucking team?
Right. That's
Oh,
what I'm
the
trying to
Garrett
figure.
Blunt.
Nope.
Nope.
Fuck. Damn it! I thought I had a pull there.
There's another running back.
Jay Ajayi.
It's not him though.
Nah.
Damn.
I really thought that was it. I was like,
I was
ah,
like, oh my god, did I just steal this?
Marshall with the tease of like the false tease.
Yeah, no.
So it's their
There's
third
one.
string
There's,
running
there's
back.
literally like there's. You guys have literally guessed everyone. There's like one guy you guys are missing of the main starters.
Philadelphia Eagle.
Yeah, I don't,
Eagles started.
I don't know. I've named everybody I know.
You guys
off
named
that
both their
sport.
running backs, their tight end, and one receiver.
It's that
What's
other
the-
wide receiver.
Who was the other
I
receiver?
don't
Quez Watkins?
remember.
He wasn't.
Was
in the league.
Quez Watkins was not in the league yet.
I think
I
so.
do not remember.
Oh,
I don't
bro,
remember
I
any
feel
other
like
wide
we
receivers
fucking
from that
know
year
this.
other than
I'm not gonna
Aguilar.
lie. I feel like we know this.
I'll
For
give you
sure.
guys a hint in like a minute.
Is he still in the league?
No.
Doesn't help.
Just say, I
Fuck.
don't know what
I
you were
feel-
hoping
I
to
feel
get out of
like
that.
I know this guy's name.
I'll just give you guys a hint, and it's a decent hint. He used to play for the Bears. He's
Alshon
a-
Jeffrey.
There you go.
Yep.
Good stuff.
There
Alshon
you go.
I fucking knew I
Jeffrey.
knew that other receiver. I knew that I knew him.
It was like a huge touchdown too. It was like a 40-yard bomb, and bro like head top 2 people to get it too. He was
was
actually
good for,
nasty.
like-
He was
he was good for,
nasty
like,
that
3
year.
years.
Yeah.
And then
Alshon Jeffrey and Nelson Aguilar were their top 2 receivers.
And
crazy.
he won a Super Bowl with Nick Foles.
All right. Is that the end of
What a
trivia?
fucking
The
time to
the
do it.
last Super Bowl 51, the infamous
Oh,
28-3 game.
Julio.
It was not Julio.
Say there's no shot. We've gotten the favorite.
Devontae
Right? Yeah, it was
Freeman.
Michelle.
Damn, Colin.
Devonta
What
Freeman
was that?
Man, Donnie said no guess from
plus
Devon-
800.
Yeah, that was wild. I thought we were.
It was like
Yeah.
it was
fucking dickhead.
Julio,
I thought we were
Mohamed
still, like,
Sanu, and
going
Devontae
back
Freeman were
and
the only people I remembered from that team, other than Matt Ryan, obviously. But
Yeah, I know we saw.
knew
did
he
you-
wasn't gonna
did
be
you
the
see this off
touchdown
of
scorer.
TikTok, Dallas?
I did, yes.
Yeah, because we saw the
gonna-
same
I was-
TikTok.
I-
Because I literally, this is as far as it went, and I was like, this is actually
That's
really cool.
crazy.
I was like, this is kind of cool to see like where the odds have been, like the biggest odds that like they said. And what's funny is they were like biggest odds was like the Pat Mahomes rushing touchdown. Top comment on that video, I started laughing my ass off. Someone said, "Okay, putting $1 on Kyle Juszczyk first touchdown."
All right. Well, anyway,
Um,
that is actually going to do it this time for the Fourth and Wrong podcast. Thank you guys so much for watching.
Honestly,
Off season
like,
coming up.
I was about to say,
Crazy.
thank you guys for watching all NFL season. Like, I wanted to say this after, like in the middle, but can we remember like we were talking about the picks? Like we made all those picks. Can we remember Donnie's calling literally? The Dolphins are going to score like
That's
70
crazy.
points or something like that, and the Dolphins
I should have had you
scored
pick my Powerball numbers that week, dude.
70 points, and then
Yeah, I mean, what can I
so many
say?
games. But
Granted,
honestly,
that
like,
was like you threw like shit at the
A
wall and it
random
stuck.
number.
it is
you
kind of
were like,
wild that we
They're
basically
gonna win by
did-
like I don't know 70, and they actually did.
It's kind of wild. We've done this every week, and we've pretty much said, I think we're just going to do alternating weeks for the off season, and then that way we can do more trivia, and then just basically free agency, draft talks, signing stuff like that.
So do we want to immediately record next week?
I think after the Super Bowl we got to record, and
Yeah,
then
from
there,
we'll
pick up
make
the every other week.
then we'll do the every other week. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna
sounds
go
good.
into a fucking 35-minute Brock Purdy fucking sucks soliloquy. So we got.
I'm gonna go into a 35-minute Brock Purdy is the NFL MVP, and you can suck his dick, bitch. Rant.
Whoa.
Bro, if Brock
I'll
Purdy
go into a
loses, I'm
5-minute
gonna be the
rant.
most annoying person on earth. Just to let you guys know, I'm fucking on that man's head.
I think
Bro's
if
gonna
Brock Purdy wins,
Imagine shitting on the last draft pick. Like
man.
the
Hey,
mentality
if
is
he wasn't-
wild.
If he wasn't rooting for fucking,
Hey, if
NFL,
Donnie didn't get pancakes that one game at Union City, he would have been Mr. Irrelevant too. All right.
That's true.
Bro, there, I'm fucking going.
Frozen.
Frozen again. He realized he's not built for this. I don't know what to say.
He's not built for
What the hell
response.
happened to that fucking bobblehead?
Bro.
What?
Oh my
Bro
God.
snapped his neck. Oh my god.
Bro,
It's okay.
I
It's
don't-
okay.
it's not even-
It's okay. Jared's attacked. We don't gotta worry about it. Go off.
Jesus. All right. Well, that's the episode.
Shit at the end.